Welcome to the Grand Hyatt Kauai Resort and Spa, a tropical paradise tucked along Poipu Beach on Kauai's sunny south shore. Spread across 50 lush oceanfront acres, this resort is known for its stunning pools and ocean view rooms.
Good morning from the Grand Hyatt Kauai. This is commonly called the best resort on Kauai and one of the best in all of the Hawaiian Islands. So we are so excited to be spending the next 24 hours here and give you our full thoughts and review of this incredible resort. We just now checked in and already the check-in experience was so incredible. They gave us leis, the lobby is absolutely stunning, and they were so helpful taking our bags and telling us all about the resort. So right now, until our room is ready, we are headed down to the pool to check out all the facilities. It looks like there's kind of 3 tiers of pools. On the top level, there's an adults only pool. The middle level, there is a family pool with a water slide. There's also a lazy river somewhere. And then we are down at the bottom level on like a saltwater lagoon, which leads right into the ocean and shipwreck beach, which we actually visited earlier this week. So it's starting to rain and it's a little bit overcast, but I think we're going to make the best of it and go explore the pools.
Is this water slide going to be how we enter the pool for the first time? I think it might have to be. We did find a jacuzzi though. So sparkly and a good temp.
It's so warm, the jacuzzi does not sound super inviting right now.
I will say, a lot of tropical destinations don't have jacuzzis because it's always so hot outside. And I think it's important that every resort has a couple jacuzzis.
Jacuzzi is an important thing to have. I'm not ready for it yet.
Super cool about this water slide is they don't care how you ride. Like, I can flip onto my stomach and it's no big deal. They don't care if I have my hat and sunglasses, and I can just have a blast. No problem. Refreshing to not have tons of rules. This reminds me a lot of Blue and Sky Lagoon in Iceland. Like, just all the pool facilities are so nice and beautiful just to kind of walk through.
It's also a perfect temperature. I can imagine that if the sun was out, it would feel super refreshing, but even it being overcast right now, it feels incredible in here. Like, I could stay all day, I'm not gonna get cold.
Come on, will take us back?
We're mermaids.
Wow.
And I transformed. The lazy river is pretty cool. I will say though, the river is just a line, it's not a loop. So you kind of like get in here and then you float it down to the water slide and then like take the water slide down. It's not the type of thing you can just laugh without getting out. But now we're up on the highest level, so this is the adult pool. There's also like a little restaurant bar up here.
I've been in a lot of pools that have like sand bottoms. Kind of like an interesting take on the ocean to just be in this still water but be walking through sand.
It's fun to be in here and you're like hearing the big ocean waves crash. It also gets progressively deeper to where at the end, it's actually quite deep.
I'm actually barely touching right now.
I can't touch.
Yeah, this is one of the larger pools I've been in.
The vibe is definitely bring your own floaty or rent a floaty and just like relax in here all day. And there's stairs to get out and go. We did come to this beach, which is Shipwreck Beach, earlier on a trip before we were staying here. But we're going to see it as resort guests now.
You can even see the rock where I jumped off of and all the waves where I was playing with the local boogie boarders trying to get them doing their flips. And because of the hurricane offshore, the waves are massive right now. So not only are we getting lots of rain, but the tide is huge.
This resort is crazy long. Behind me, you can see the lobby where we walked in, and all the pools are like, if you're facing the ocean, on the left-hand side, and the building keeps going. They did say it's all like one giant corridor. I think they said the total property was like 57 acres.
There is like so many koi fish here.
I wonder if since we're here, they think they're getting fed.
I guess I wonder if they're always this active or something's going on, because they are going nuts right now. Crazy, look at this.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's wild.
We're right outside of the Tide Pools restaurant, which is like the fine dining on property. And this restaurant looks beautiful, but the fish are for sure a highlight.
It is 2:30 p.m. and I'm the only one here. So we've been down here at the pools for a couple of hours and we have been so impressed. We absolutely love the Sandy Lagoon. That's probably our favorite, but all of the pools in this whole area is so fun. And something unique about it is despite the resort being huge and there being so many rooms, it doesn't feel too crowded. They've got a pool and beach menu and everything kind of ranges from like $17 to $30. So it is more resort prices, but they have some of the Hawaiian classics like poke and shave ice, acai bowls, anything like that that you might want.
We just got shaved ice, and I think just about every single person we passed asked us where we got it and what we got. Not only shaved ice very visually aesthetic, it's also pretty good. We got a kind of unique flavor. It's called Li Hing Mui, I think. I'll have to fact check that, but it's like a sweet, sour, and salty flavor is what it was advertised as.
One more unique thing about the pools is they're open 24 hours. I feel like I'm used to being at resorts and then being like, the pool's shut down at 8, so we might have to take a night swim later tonight. But for now, we just got a text that our room is ready, so we're gonna head up back towards the lobby. We're gonna check out the Grand Club on our way and give you a tour of our room. All right, we just made it to our room, and like I said, this resort is massive, so getting to our room from the lobby was honestly kind of a trek. But one of the first things we noticed is how cool the room keys are. They are little bracelets and they're also elastic and stretchy, and they're perfect for going in the pool or going in the ocean. Welcome to our room. We are on the 3rd floor, which is like the pool level. First off, we've got our closet and we've got some Grand Hyatt robes. You know how we love a robe. And then directly opposite of me, we have the bathroom. Pretty basic, but we've got double vanity, shower, full body mirror, all the essentials, they've got it. And then as we come this way, we have our little mini bar area. A few things stand out from the mini bar. It is an espresso coffee maker, which Nespresso is definitely the best. So we're excited about that. They also give every guest a reusable water bottle, which I think is very cool. And they have water bottle fill-up stations all around the resort, including at the pool, in the lobby. So that's a super nice perk for when you're out of the pool or just exploring the island. And as we go into our room, first impressions is it's pretty spacious, definitely themed for being in Hawaii with these cool headboards and the window blinds. They also have a ton of fun accent lights. Where did this one come from? Well, there is one down here. We'll show you once it comes back on. But these little reading lights activate at the touch at movement, which is pretty cool. Alarm clock, light, and then the TV is semi-smart TV, like you can Chromecast to it. So I give it a good enough on the TV scale. And then over here, we have a little sitting table. We have some outlets. And like I said earlier, we're on the 3rd floor, which is like the ground level. So we can actually walk straight out to the pool, which is very convenient location, especially since we're pretty far from the lobby. It makes it a very quick walk to get to the pool. So while we're here at the Grand Hyatt, we have access to the Grand Club, which is something that was kind of a pleasant surprise when we arrived because I had no idea what that even was. But I'm guessing we have it because we are Hyatt members. I don't think we even really have any status with them. And because we booked with points, because of that benefit, 4 different times throughout the day that you can go and get food. So this was their like hors d'oeuvres menu, which was like nachos and cheese and breads. Obviously my plate looks like a child made it and it's stuffed, but they have so much good food. It's an incredible way to save a little bit of money on food, and it's super nice in there and super fun if you're just feeling snacky.
I basically got the same thing from a food truck last night for $20. Now that the sun has set at the pool, we are going to head back to the room. And one thing to note is that if you are wanting to do some night swimming, because the pools are open 24 hours, is that they stop giving out towels at 6 p.m. So hold on to those if you're wanting to go for a late night swim.
Something really cool about the Grand Hyatt is that self-parking is included in your room fee. I feel like a lot of times these nice resorts will add on some like $50 a night car charge. So that is not the case here. And we're only like 6 minutes of a drive from the main Poipu Beach and resort area. So we're actually gonna go check out some shops for dinner tonight. That being said, the resort also has a free shuttle that it sounds like will take you anywhere in the area any time of day, which is a huge perk if you're wanting to visit some of the other beaches or go shopping at night. Like I said, we're going off-site of the resort for dinner tonight, and we've actually spent all week trying all sorts of different foods all around the island, and we have an entire Kauai food tour video along with an entire Kauai series, so be sure to go check those out on our channel. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So this evening we came down to a little shopping center right near the main Poipu tourist area, and super fun to walk around and see if there's any souvenirs we're interested in and just do a little shopping for this evening.
It's always so tough coming to Hawaii because you always find such sick Hawaiian shirts and you just want them all. I shouldn't.
I feel like we recommend these in like every short form travel video we make, but they are kind of spendy. But the Aloha bags are good for like wet swimsuits when you're traveling, and they're one of our favorite go-to travel accessories. So if you're in Kauai and looking for a good souvenir that you'll actually use, it's worth the price in my opinion.
Before we stayed at the Grand Hyatt tonight, we were staying with some friends that live on the island, and Maddie and Patrick had us sleeping on a Hawaiian brand of sheets that both Nina and I fell in love with. So we're gonna maybe try and sneak into the sheet store here tonight and see if we want to take some home with us.
Oh yeah, this is the one, the middle one. When we get souvenirs on trips, we like them to be really practical, and I feel like this is gonna end up being our souvenir from this trip.
I have wanted a melon hat for years now, and I come all this way to Kauai to try them on, and Nina tells me that she doesn't like. Can you believe that? She says it makes my forehead look too big. We were excited to get ice cream tonight to wrap up our food tour, and we got here 3 minutes late.
Everything in Hawaii closes like at 8. No ice cream for us.
Nina blames it on how long I was looking at the bed sheets.
So since we didn't make ice cream on time, our only dessert option is to go back to the hotel. And right now it's 8:09, which means we have 20 minutes to make it to dessert hour at the Grand Club. Kind of crazy that the bed sheet store is open later than the ice cream shop. I was so indifferent about ice cream until we decided to get it, and now I'm like crushed. I was like, I didn't even care. And then I cared so much for 30 seconds that I'm like devastated.
Now we gotta go. Well, maybe there's gonna be better ice cream at the resort.
There's no way. We did make it back for dessert in case anyone was stressed for us. No ice cream.
Dessert at the Grand Club wasn't all that exciting, so we're heading back to the room and are gonna call it for the night, and we'll see you in the morning.
Morning, let's go get some breakfast. All right, made it down to breakfast. We've got lots of fresh fruit, a bagel, made a little coffee because they have a whole syrup station. And then they also have cups of all kinds of juices. So we got some morning orange juice. So yummy.
This morning before we head out, we're basically just walking around the resort and exploring the parts that we didn't get to see yesterday. So far, we've gotten breakfast and seen the pretty beautiful coffee shop. What was that called? The Sea View Terrace?
The views are incredible. I don't even appreciate landscaping that much usually, but it's so good here. So when you walk in the lobby, if you are facing the ocean, our room is on the left side, which is where all the pools are and rec desk and stuff like that. But now we came over to the right side of the resort, and this is where the spa and the fitness center are. So we're gonna go check this out. So it looks like over here they have a lap pool as well as a traditional gym. If you prefer to work out outside, the resort also backs up to the Heritage Trail, which is like a little hiking trail on Shipwreck Beach. That's pretty cool. Still working on my coffee, but I had to try the hibiscus iced tea.
We are definitely getting a little sad that we're leaving Kauai. It's been fun this morning walking around the whole resort, which is huge, but they have some swings on the far end that allow you to look down the whole coastline and beach, and it is just so pretty.
Like I mentioned back at the fitness center, there are some hiking trails right here. And if you see the cliffs at the end of Shipwreck Beach, you can actually hike up there, but there's a couple mile trail from there that goes down the coastline. It's more of a nature walk, not a super strenuous hike, but I've heard the views are truly amazing. And even just from the lookout, the views were awesome. So up behind me is the Sea View Terrace where we were a little bit ago. And then down here is the Tide Pools restaurant. Both of those are 2 of the 7 restaurants on site. And something cool is if you're interested in doing a Hawaiian luau, on Wednesdays and Fridays, they do have a luau here on property that you can do as your dining experience. Now that we've completed our loop around the resort, it means it's time for us to go pack our bags and start heading to the airport, which is so sad. I'm not gonna lie, I had already pretty high expectations for this resort, and it completely exceeded them. So I know I say everything is the best all the time, but this resort is one I really want to come back to. And that says a lot considering Jay and I usually like to go to new destinations, but I could totally see us in the next few years with little kids and toddlers wanting to come back to this resort because it is just so family friendly. Like, I don't have words for it other than we genuinely loved it and we want to come back.
Overall, the Grand Hyatt was a super family friendly resort, but it also serves as a great base to go out and explore Kauai. Definitely one of our favorite hotels we've stayed at to date. And with that, we're gonna wrap up this video. So don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and we'll catch you next time for another best day ever.
You also didn't have a mic on for that, so we couldn't hear you. You couldn't.
Go stare lungs later ice cream.
I can't touch, so I can't. Like, I'm just saying I can't.